was a different breed, a different kind, a different cut. He, in fact, outperformed all the 12 because he brought Christianity to practically to Europe and Asia, while the apostles, original, remained in Jerusalem. But the Apostle Paul practically brought the gospel to the rest of the key areas that eventually evangelized the whole world. So if that was the last appearance, and it is the number 13, it is a signal, according to Bible scholars, of a new generation, a different group, class, breed of Christians is about to be born. They will call it the end time generation. That will prepare for the coming of the Lord Jesus Christ, who is called the root and offspring of David. Then it is followed by the tetrad. The tetrad all fall on Jewish feast days, the first and the last. The first tetrad appeared in April 4, 2014, which is Feast of Passover, the first feast, and it appeared again on October 8, 2014, which is Feast of Tabernacles. Then it appears again April 4, 2015, then September 28, 2015. First and last. First and last. First feast, last feast. I was reading a book on understanding the Jewish roots of Christianity. Why is Jesus always saying, I am the faithful witness, I am the Alpha and Omega, the beginning and the end? Why does he always say, verily, verily, I say unto you, truly, truly, I say unto you? He is saying, what I begin, I will end. What I start, I will finish. The tetrad, the red blood moon appears first feast, I will bring it to the last feast. First, last, he is saying it 2 times. Verily, verily. Truly, truly. What has begun will end. What I start will be completed. He is trying to make a statement. Patapuson ko na. Tapuson ko na. I am true and faithful. Okay, please sustain with me your attention because this gets very interesting. The tetrad, as announced by Joel 2:31, follows the appearance of the Star of David of July 2013. And then, it will be followed by the sign of the Virgo in September 2017. Remember, the woman clothed with the sun of Revelations chapter 12. Here is something very interesting. The Great Pyramid points to the exact location of the Virgo sign on that same day that it is going to appear. It is going to be starting in its position on September 20. Then the full Revelations 12 requirement will be accomplished September 23. But on September 20, 2017, the alignment begins to take place. That is Rosh Hashanah, which is the beginning of the Jewish New Year. We will make sense of this as we go along. But this is how it looks like from 2013 to 2018, after the Star of David. The Star of David appears here 2013. It was followed by the comet Ison on the Feast of Hanukkah, then by the first red blood moon on the Feast of Passover, then by the second red blood moon on the Feast of Sukkot, then a total solar eclipse on Nisan 1, which is the religious New Year, then the third red blood moon on April 2015, which is Feast of Passover, then there is a partial solar eclipse on the Tishri 1, which is the Jewish Civil New Year, then a fourth red blood moon on the Feast of Tabernacles, then the sign of the Virgo, September 23, 2017, falling on the 50th anniversary of Jerusalem Jubilee, also the discovery of the Dead Sea Scrolls, and the 70th anniversary of the UN resolution granting the right of Israel to be established as a state, and it is the 500th anniversary of the start of the Reformation, all falling on 2017. Now, here is a question. So what? So what? What do they mean? I was staying up late at night, and in my research, this is what I discovered. There has never been a time period in the entire existence of the world that there is a stellar sign that connects with Israel every year, except in the last few years. They all begin to assemble beginning the last few years, and they are now making something, they are making a statement. The stars jibe with the numbers. So, if you follow this, the tetrad, the four red blood moon, is followed by a triad, 3 red blood moon, on 2018. But they do not fall on the Jewish feast days, but there are 3 red blood moon, and I will show you later on the amazing correlation between the number given by Daniel in the book of Revelation between the last red blood moon and the something that happens after that in the sign of the Virgo. This is how it looks. From the red blood moon of April 2014 to the red blood moon of October 2014 are 178 days. The third and fourth red blood moon are separated by 178 days, and they all flow from 2014 to 2015, and they are beginning to provoke an interest because the scholars are beginning to wonder, where do we begin to count the 7-year tribulation period? I will give you the theories that they have. I'll give you what they think. But here is the reason why I am taking this up with you. Because in Ezekiel 33 verse 6, the watchman has a duty. If the watchman sees a sword coming and he does not blow the trumpet so that the people are not warned, and the sword comes and takes any one of them, that person is taken away in his iniquity, but his blood I will require at the watchman's hand. The Negros Island House of Prayer is a watchman. We are watching. Sometimes we do not know everything that we are watching. But we see something very strange. The numbers are assembling and aligning with the stars. They are meeting in a certain date. And we sense that something is cooking. I am not saying what it is. Maybe towards the end, you will have some ideas as I will close this. But I'm showing you that the numbers and the stars are converging. Now, recall Daniel chapter 9, verses 25 to 27. Where Daniel said, "Know and understand this, from the time the word goes out to restore and rebuild Jerusalem, until the anointed one, the ruler, comes, there will be 7 sevens and 62 sevens." Please pay attention to this first part. From the time Jerusalem is rebuilt until the anointed one comes, there will be 7 sevens. 7 times 7 is 49. But there is an additional 62 sevens. However, the 62 sevens has something to do with the anointed one being put to death. So, the 62 sevens number is about the first coming of Jesus up to his crucifixion. But Bible scholars believe that there is a double fulfillment of the time Jerusalem is rebuilt until the anointed one comes. There will be 7 sevens. Now, look at this thing. June 7, 1967, Jerusalem was restored to Israel and was rebuilt. 7 times 7 is 49. Jewish calendar, 360 days in 1 year. 49 times 360 days is 17.640. Count from June 7, 1967 to the day where you consume 17.640 days. Where does it end? It ends on September 23, 2015, which is Yom Kippur. Yom Kippur. What in the world is Yom Kippur? We will connect all of this at the end. Let's just gather the pieces together. Yom Kippur is very, very important. From 1967, June 7, to 2015, on the eve of Yom Kippur, is perfectly 49 years, which is 7 times 7. What is Yom Kippur? It means Day of Atonement. What in the world is a Day of Atonement? That is the day in the Jewish calendar which completes the high holy days that commences Rosh Hashanah, which is the Jewish New Year. The Yom Kippur makes an announcement that a new season is coming in. What happens when the Yom Kippur is celebrated? The scrolls in Israel are opened. There is an unscrolling of the sealed scrolls. Scrolls are sealed. On Yom Kippur, they will be opened. What does it remind you of? In the book of Revelation, there are 7 scrolls, 7 trumpets, and 7 bowls. And John was crying, "Who is worthy to open the scroll?" And then the elders and the angels said, "Worthy, worthy is the Lamb that was slain. He is ready to open the scroll." When are scrolls opened? They are opened on Yom Kippur. Please follow with me the seemingly scattered but related events. A Star of David appears in 2013. You have Tetrad in 2014 and 2015, saying first, last, first, last. Then you have a Yom Kippur on the very day, which in Jewish understanding is the day that scrolls are opened. When scrolls are opened, the 4 horses of the apocalypse begin to